All right, so what's up, everybody? My name's Munster Vision. Kind of holistically speaking, I've just recently gotten my collection verified, whitelisted, all that fun stuff. It's called MVP Dope NFT Co. And what that stands for is Munster Vision Presents Dope NFTs. And the kind of for those that don't know me in the space, what I am first and primarily is an incubator. So, I mean, I am a creator, I am an artist, and I'm a recording artist and digital artist and collage artist, and I work heavily with Graffiti Kings on our digital space as craft punks. But ultimately, I'm an incubator, and so what MVP NFT company is, or MVP Dope NFT Co collection, while primarily is mine. My first drops, which I'll show here in a second, are a 3 pack hip hop MC card drops with some golden era hip hop craft elements, where you craft and collect and blend into merch mints, which is what I call DIRLs. Additionally, inside of the packs, in addition to the 3 variant MC cards, music videos, and music NFTs, are scattered about other direct merch mint redeemable NFTs. And using NFT Hive's super cool crafting and redeemable NFT attributes, there's a redemption token that gets distributed out to the holders that are lucky enough to crack a pack and then find a merch item, redeem it, and then there's a whole redemption step. So uh, I do apologize if I'm kind of all over the place in the way I'm describing things, but it's just kind of the way my brain works.
It's
So
all good.
ultimately, again, the first drop is my own. This was a big build up for me. I've been making this record for the last 2+ years, post COVID. It has 20 MCs, including myself, on it, all of which are either MCs I cut my teeth with, have toured with, and been road warriors with, or have grown up listening to, and then had the honor of working alongside now. So, really big project. The whole album is collectively inside of these packs, alongside of those merch items as well. And so, 3 different pack sizes here. An LP, EP, and mixtape pack, and then depending on which pack you get, is going to kind of determine what's inside of them. So small, medium, large. In the smaller packs, it's primarily just music NFTs or MC trading cards. And then when you get into the mixtape and the LP packs, your chances of getting the mergements or the VIRL redemptions are a lot higher. So one of the things that's important to me as I create, as a creator, especially in the wax space, is trying to figure out how to maximize utility, communion utility, touch points in real life digital space, trying to merge and marry the two. And so the easiest way for me is to use my ideation for tangibles and my history in making merch for my artistry, and connecting that into the blockchain. And so I started this whole process. I've been minting on Kate for 2+ years. Shout out to those guys for helping me get into the space. And so, um, my last drop on Kate was actually a redemption token for the double vinyl for this album that just came out. And so from that kind of concept, I took it and expanded on trying to create direct drop touch points that people can also hold something in their hands. And so a lot of the work that I do under the MVP NFT Dope collection is to help incubate my legacy artists, friends, other creators that are in the creative space, but maybe aren't necessarily on chain yet. And so, as you'll see here in a second, and if you guys have gone through my slides, my next 2 artists that I'm going to help incubate and help bring over, artists by the name of Michael League and another artist by Wolfie Monclair, are going to be the next 2 artists I incubate. But that kind of sets off the footprint of what I'm trying to describe here. So I am an artist and I'm a creator. So underneath this umbrella of MVP Dope NFT Co. will be separate collections, all directly curated, artist to blockchain assets, either music or tangibles or digital arts. And each of these is kind of underneath the umbrella of helping transition legacy artists into the digital space using Wax. And so while I'm the first, I certainly won't be the last. As I'm saying, there's a couple of artists that are going to be coming on board. But in essence, that's kind of what the project is in a nutshell, is an incubation collection. So everything that will be dropped will be directly from the artist to the collector. I mean, I'll help them understand minting and kind of handhold through the creation process, but it's directly, each collection will be housed and held by each of these artists and creators. So I've got a 15% return to artist kind of ecosystem set up, so that as these guys figure out blockchain and hopefully their stuff becomes notorious and is neat and people seek it out, they start to see some recouped benefits as the assets trade and move around on the marketplace. And so that 15% will always just go back directly to each artist that's being incubated. So I just kind of wanted to stress that. It's under my about section here. So basically, it's a hub for NFT and NFT project incubation and development, a crypto synergy gateway for creators, musicians, and artists looking to explore or expand on the blockchain, and a dope place to share cool creations on the WAXNFT blockchain. So that's it in a nutshell of kind of what my project sets out to do. And also, I'm just very stoked that I've got my first collection out. And so what you see here, guys, are the baseline collection of my MC cards that I was mentioning. This is just a few of the MCs that had joined me on the project. But yeah, I don't know if this is a good segue, if you want to ask me anything, or if I should just keep going.
No, this is great. If you had more, keep going. But if anyone else has questions, throw them in the chats or in the voice, and we'll cover them for sure.
I can't see anything if anybody's asking, because obviously I'm
yeah, no worries.
So
I'll ask if anybody chats.
Cool. So we'll go. Yeah, so that's the drops, right? And then I was speaking about the craft items and just how cool I think the NFT Hive craft arena is, if you will. What you're seeing load here are my golden era hip hop element final crafts. And what the process is to kind of get to these, and I'll explain this. Each of these redeems, by the way, into a physical Monster hip hop collectible. It could be a former album of mine. If you blend into the turntable, you'll get an actual vinyl from my last record, which was called Weirdo. If you blend into the reel-to-reel, you'll get a tape cassette copy of my latest album, which is Monster Vision Presents Ian, etc. And so kind of the list goes on. But inside of these craft items, like I'll click on this one to show you guys.
Nice.
There's 3 elements that are required in order to craft into the physical. And each of the elements, starting with the line art, into the two-tone, and then into the final color burst, has less and less mints available. So I believe it's 50, 25, and then 15. So ultimately, that means that there's 15 possible blends, and it looks like 2 people have actually achieved this so far. So that means I owe 2 people tapes.
Nice.
Make sure you guys are following the steps, in the description here. So there's a Google form that you fill out. You put in your asset ID. I go and verify it. I validate your wallet. Yada yada. Boom. You get a physical merch mint sent right to you. So this is kind of the crafting page part. What I have up as far as my crafts for this drop that I have. And again, as other artists, especially tangible artists, start to drop underneath my collection, we'll have numerous, and I hope cool, utility-driven crafting to kind of get art in people's hands. So that's kind of the notion there, and what I'm about with that. So I mean, I guess that's it in a whole nutshell of like what my collection is. And so that's that's it.
That's cool. I like the elements of the crafting of these. Yeah, show us some of these, just some NFTs that you got here. That's cool. So you're crafting these music artifact pieces, it looks like.
Exactly. Yep. And they're called golden era hip hop elements.
Okay.
And those 5 elements you see there. Like, so I kind of take you through the recording process, right? So you start with a record on the turntable to get your sample. You bring it into the beat machine.
Okay. Nice. And then you turn out with something tangible too. You get
Absolutely. And so then you end up by crafting, but so like this is the process, right? To like make a song. So it starts here and moves into here.
Okay.
Write it, record it, and then it's done. And so like these are the kind of the 5 golden era elements of creating hip hop in my mind. And so that's kind of where I wanted to tie the 2 together. And the reason I have the NFT blocks page up, is because you can see all of the attributes displayed on the NFTs whereas I think NFT Hive, I think, limits it to visual attributes when you click on it. So here, for example, I have your We Live version, and this is a living. I call it a living. It's kind of the line art caricature work of each of the MCs that are on the baseline card. But as you'll see here, it kind of comes to life in process. So from the line work to layers of the color work, and as the caricature becomes more detailed, it comes at you more. And so it's really just kind of like immersing you and pulling you in. And so it's called the They Live variant, if you will. As I mentioned, there was 3 variants to these MC cards. So you get this. You also get the actual music video. So this comes with a music video. We'll just jam a little bit of it just to kind of show you guys. And again, I do a lot of work with Graffiti Kings as craft punks, and this is our play to earn kind of gaming. Let me turn that down. Sorry, guys. It's kind of our gaming play to earn utility, art driven involvement with collection.
I'm on my squadron. Put 5X on the margin. KuCoin bargains. I'm out here.
We animated them and kind of made an altcoin theme. Yeah, we'll jam in a second.
Yeah, that's cool. You got some actual hip hop in there. I like it.
And if you want to know, the game you just talked about is super good. Like, it's a fighting game, and you can level up your thing. You can gain NFTs. You can gain token. There's a lot of mechanics behind of it. Like, they're doing a great job.
Awesome. Look at that animation. Cool.
So yeah, anyways, you'll get the music video or music visual, I should say, in either the They Live or the Holodekia variants. And like, so this is the back of the card, the back of the MC card. Each of these has a footprint to it. And if you go to the information on it, it'll tell you the footprint. So this is my guy, Bobby Fischer, for example. And what I did was I created footprints on what these MCs meant to me and for joining me on the project and for being a part of it. So, for example, Bobby Fischer, the Mohawk Mogul, the Cheshire, the homie is just clever. Whether it's making MCs take a bath at a battle or making whale moves on the markets, this fool's compounded. A Dallas staple in the freestyle scene for a cold decade plus, Bobby hits the verse like he's going round for round with you in brainwaves. Layered lyrics and classic cool, in the cut approach is how the homie does his thing. One-liners that have you laughing but also wonder if he's coming at you. Probably so. 100 ETH puts you underneath. And so this is a footprint that is included on each of these MC cards. And so when you get it and you're looking at it on a large screen, it can blow it up. You get to read about each of these guys that joined me on the project. And I wanted to really kind of create a connection point, of what each of these people joining me means, because it's not just hyperbole, So rest in peace, Tame One. I had the honor of getting this New Jersey legend on my record. He passed away back in November, and it was a shocker for all of hip hop. But I was, able to get him to join me on the project, and he was one of the
yeah, rest in peace indeed. And you have
Coast hip hop guys I was super into. So
yeah, and you donated some of those to the swag bounty block. Right?
I did. I sent over 50 different MC cards. So some of them are the holodeck. So this is a hologram variant. Shout out to my guy Pen Arts, by the way, for helping me with kind of taking the caricature and the original trading card work and creating this hologram border for me and kind of helping me with all these holodeck cards. So, again, this is all a Wax fan. We're a giant family. We're a giant community. And I couldn't do this without all of the amazing people that have helped me get to this point with my collection. And so that's my whole intent.
Love it. What's your music background? Can you tell us about how, because clearly, hey, you're going to perform in an hour. So, and then how you bridge that into NFTs? How did you decide, hey, I'm gonna use Wax for my music endeavor?
Yeah, absolutely. I love telling this story. So I found Wax so musically, my music history is I've been an MC and hip hop performer for 2 decades. I come from a school of golden era underground, mostly LA, Bay Area, different stuff, also heavily influenced by East Coast 90s hip hop, a little bit of 80s hip hop, and a lot of jazz fusion, progressive jazz, straight ahead, and that's kind of the stuff I play and that I hone in on.
Okay.
So I've been recording for 2 decades. This is my 5th project total, 3rd full length. And at the point of releasing my previous record, Weirdo, which the majority of which has now all been minted on the blockchain, thanks to the guys at Kate and Kate Music and Alex over there, and Christian. And anyways, so I found Wax because my guy Alex Lewis, who works on the core Doge team, was like, dude, you need to look at music NFTs. I know you've got this big record rolling out, but you really need to look at kind of taking back ownership and creating generational royalties and generational wealth and utility that doesn't exist in the traditional digital distribution formats, which I didn't disagree with, but I was like, dude, I built myself up to like 10,000 followers and on Spotify, or 10,000 listeners, and I was like, you want me to just abandon everything that I've built? And he's like, yeah. I wasn't ready to do it then, but the conversation resonated with me. So I released the record, normal rollout, yada yada yada. It did its thing. It's great, huge numbers. That's not the point. But it left me kind of, even with all of the, and I said those huge numbers for this state, even with all of the moderate success I felt like the record got, I still left myself saying, well, am I doing enough? So fast forward to March of 21, and I found Garbage Pail Kids, the Food Fight collection. And inside of those packs, if y'all don't know, there was a redemption card if you bought the box sets, and it took you to a scratch off. You scratched off a card, you set up a wax wallet, which I didn't even know what it was at the time. They're like, we'll send you 3 free digital Garbage Pail NFTs. And I was like, oh, cool. All right, I'm going to get into NFTs. Garbage Pail Kids was something I grew up on as a kid, so it was easy for me to dive in on it. I was like, oh, this is super great. So once I found Wax, I found Garbage Pail Kids first, and then I think I found Monsters of Rap like right after that, so R2, and then Graffiti Kings, Kate, I don't even remember, just a lot of old school collections that I just found, and it started to culminate to me. I started to kind of see the vision of the benefits or value add. And I'm sorry for the music in the background if it's too loud.
We're hearing the music, but
it's all good.
If we're listening, if you listen carefully, we're definitely hearing you still, and appreciate this. This is amazing.
Cool. Okay, so I found Wax through those kind of means, and then hanging out in the Kate community, they were like, dude, your music's great. Would you ever consider minting a track? And I was like, well, my music exists digitally. Let me kind of look into what it would mean to do that. And then that's when I really had to do a deep dive into what is asset creation, what is token-backed asset management, what is an asset when you get a digital download. I took my overlay of like Bandcamp, for example. For those that don't know, Bandcamp is a DIY or independent artist-driven music site that allows you to upload your albums digitally and create an ability to sell them as digital downloads, WAV format, AIFF, lossless, whatever. But in that instance, you're selling an asset. Someone goes in and they give you money and they get this digital product, and you might get an email from them, and it's wham, bam, thank you, ma'am. And like, that's been fine for a very long time. I think the industry has been shaken up these last few years by trying to consider how we can engage with our fans more. But so I started to apply the Bandcamp method to like, okay, I'm good with this. This is a digital asset. It's no different than me selling a digital asset in any other medium. So yes, I would consider minting. And so we took one of my tracks from the Weirdo record and we minted it on Kate Music NFT. I think it was the 3rd drop on Kate Music NFT, and it was my first collaboration with Graffiti Kings, because I had at the same time been, trying to get my footing in these different communities and figuring out who to collab with. And I had been following Graffiti Kings for so long outside of the space, just because I'm a big street art head and hip hop and all of the stuff that comes with graffiti, yada yada. So in networking with Darren over at Graffiti Kings, he was like, hey dude, this is a cool super drop. Why don't we do a collaborative? We'll do a Kate Coin Kid with one of GK's kind of original IP on the blockchain, which is the Bitcoin Kid. And they created a Kate version. And the first 250 people that got the drop also got airdropped this cool GK mashup, combined. Anyways, so that was my first touch into like collaboration and creating digital assets, and just kind of my eyes opened. From there, I went on to mint 7, 8, 9 different songs off of Weirdo, numerous collaborations with numerous projects. So I'll show you guys. Before I created my collection, we had a build-up going into it all called the Fresh Pack series under Kate Music and hang on a second.
Cool.
And as you collected these, it had layered elements that you would blend together into the full song. So you would have these packs, these fresh pack drops. There's a this is the Fresh Pack 5, for example. So you got one NFT, but in this one, this was the most expensive pack. I ended up doing it for 10 wax because previous to this, I had been doing layered elements. But instead, what I decided for fake news, especially, was to just make actual different of the full song. So previous to Fake Pack 6, I had made everybody blend in elements in order to get the full thing, kind of scavenger hunt, if you will. And then I knew this was going to be my last one going into the record drop. So I said, I'm going to change it up. And I created different variants of the actual song. And then you can blend those different variants all together for a final after party version. So there is still the same mechanic of collect and blend. But if you wanted to not have to hassle with going out and collecting all elements, you wanted to have the music video or the song, the music NFT, you had the means to do that as well.
Cool.
But, so as example, I had these packs that had these elements in them, and we would collect and craft those to blend into the full songs going into this record. So all of the fresh packs were releases of songs going into the album. So this is that double vinyl token. For some reason, the image doesn't always load. It loads sometimes. I don't know what the deal is with that on Multi. But this is a double vinyl redemption token. So these people have all gone in and seven people on the blockchain have bought with Wax their pre-order for the records that are like on their way to my house now. Like this week, I've got the first set of 20 double vinyls of the Monster Vision Presents record coming over. And so that ties into collaborations and kind of what I'm into and what's important to me. I've got 5 album flips going on of the original album cover. And one of those flips is by the homie at Shifty Bears, Mike. And so he's done a cool album flip. And then we turned that into a music video that's part of the series of Monster Vision Presents. Monster Vision Presents visuals. So again, we're creating touch points here, and it does sound like maybe I'm all over the place, but at least in my mind, everything correlates. By using the Wax Fam network that we've all built out here, everybody that's hanging out knows, there's nothing better than being able to kind of merge two creative mentalities. And so this, for example, is the album flip cover that it's a process video that Mike did of the entire thing. And so you get to watch it come to be while you listen to one of the songs off the record. So we'll listen for a second. This is my guy Pterodactyl, so it's featuring a lot of the songs on the record that are featuring multiple MCs. I wanted to try to make a whole product. So this is my guy Pterodactyl rapping, but as you see, as we go through the video, it's just like the whole process of how it came together. And so this actually will be the still static image, this final image you'll see here at the end, will be the actual album cover flip.
Mm-hmm.
And you'll get this.
Well, that's cool. That was like a time lapse of making that art then, pretty much.
It was exactly that. And then again, another collaboration on the Wax blockchain with this album is Pen Arts did a graphic novel that you watch all the way through, and it actually tells the story of the video as you're watching it.
Oh, look at that.
The pages turn, and it's like you're reading through it as you're listening to the song. So again, another Wax Fam collaboration, but also a touch point between.
Yeah, very, very creative. I love it. And you're integrating other artists. Again, like most of these people we talked to today, collaborating with others. It's really beautiful. Here I posted the Magic Potion drop link. It's dropping in 2 minutes, y'all. It's an NFT Hive drop, and it is a custom art. So I'm turning your screen share off for the moment. Look at that bad boy. Look at that bad boy. So that's something you put together. It looks really, really dope.
Thank you.
Yeah, and as soon as the time runs out, we can all jump on that. This will be the last magic potion of the day. There'll be some more tomorrow. And if you missed any earlier today, all the links are on the schedule, which is the schedule spreadsheet. bit.ly/NFTOPIA2 schedule. There are 2 wax each. There's 20 total. And if you manage to get all of them, you can blend them into a legendary on Sunday from the NFTOPIA collection, which will have like the future utilities, and it has an unlockable password for the metaverse, an item in here, and it also has 10 points towards your Nouveau badge. So those are some few things you can have. Or if you're like a lot of us, including me, which I'm gonna buy them all later after everything's done, but I buy at least 2 of everything, so we can blend one, keep one, because we gotta keep all these beautiful potions in the wallet too for the long run. So that's awesome. That's what this is. Looks like we got 27 seconds. And thanks for running through a lot of that. Even while you're at a festival right now, anybody that's got questions, throw them in the chat. Throw them in a voice. We'll relay. We'll ask. I think it's really neat. Like I say, you're incorporating others, but actual music artists and some really good looking art too on there as well. And then you got a little crafting going on, and then you have real fungible rewards as part of it too. So you really got something started here, and it's new too. It's a new collection. So that's awesome. I'm sure you have a lot of plans in the future as well. Here we have the drop is live. Get your potions. Get your potions. Biggs TV says, love to see projects like this. Very cool. Yeah, let's
I got mine.
What? 7 claimed. All right, keep on claiming them. Whoop. Mocha Twitcher with the bits. Thanks for the bits. I'm gonna rip it back, but let me just post the Nouveau code as well. So you all that have been following along, I have 2 links. The first link is the Nouveau badge claim. If you haven't done it yet, if you have not done this yet, you click the first one. It's going to ask for your email. Put in your email. It sends you an email with a link in it. Click that link inside the email, and you'll get a badge inside a Nouveau account. And then there's all these links all over the place from different sponsors to add points to your badge. That's what this is. So right there is the other one, tinyurl.com/WentDivision2874. I'm going to do it right now too. Make sure. Let's see if it works for me. And I know that there's still a lot of points to go. There's also a lot of links that aren't even shared. I still just have them. So just stay tuned through tomorrow, through Sunday, and then towards the end of Sunday, we'll kind of check out the leaderboard. We'll see where everyone's at, and I will share some extra links then and work your way up. And all of these. Hold on.
Could it be possible the link number 2 is broken?
Say that again. I missed that.
I said, could it be possible the link number 2 is broken?
Some of them could be broken. Yeah. People have had some issues. We're reporting them. So this is all beta, y'all, or even alpha. This is all brand new. It's in testing. But it should also be working. So that one worked for me. I have 10 points. I had 9. Now I have 10. You will level up at 22 or 23 points to level 2. Yeah. And then you'll level up at 43, 63, 83. There's 5 levels.
And what does those level?
Each level will give you a new art badge, and then at the end, and it's kind of like bragging rights. You're leveled up that far, and then at the end of the convention next week, we're gonna airdrop wax NFTs that match your levels. So all your levels. So if you made it all 5 levels, you'll get 5 NFTs for it. If you only got to 1, you'll get 1. And then those ones will be used like in the future. We're just kind of testing things out. There's a lot of improvements and with different ways we can use these points in the future. This is the very first one. All the sponsors get their own link, and you're just kind of supporting them by looking at slides. I've been sharing the links too, but supporting the streams anyway. Reputation points. Yep.
That's a decent way to incentive community to get action.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and in the future there'll be a lot more than just links. It'll be hopefully connected to Inverse. You'll be able to instantly get points just for doing things without links and all sorts of things we have kind of planned. Nuvo in general has a lot planned for the future, so it should be really cool. Here, I do have a leaderboard, and I haven't looked at it in a while, so let's look at it real quick. We have a little over 10 minutes for the event, which was great. Which you can also continue. There's still more. If you wanted to talk more about it, you can. Here, let's see. We got 85 people with a badge. I like it. Okay, some more people got more points, so it is working. All right, Fatboy B, he was at 14 for a while. Now you're at 26, so it definitely is working. Some points might not work, but just, I guess, try to do it again later or something. And that means you leveled up. So these people, shouts to Nemo and the Sharks, Black Fang, Fatboy, Bushia, Bloody Zealous, Empty Duel Me, and Motor Car all have leveled up to level 2. So very cool. Let's check this pack out too before time runs out here. And then also remember that there's a bounty block that is live for 5 more minutes. There's one common pin that's a prize on that. So if you haven't entered, you can go ahead and do that as well. Whoops. I didn't put the Nuvo links in Inverse. Whoops. Somebody beat me to it.
There we go. You break everything.
Breaking the internet. All right. Let's see. Boom. Let's see what we got. So this, can you tell us a little bit about this pack? We got, like, what is this pack? What am I going to open here?
Huh?
Or can you still hear me, Monster Vision?
It is not anymore here. From what I
Oh,
see.
he just messaged me. He's like, dude, I can't get it to load back.
Okay, it's no worries. Well, okay, I'm glad it worked this far, and we got a little glimpse of what the goals and what he's doing. It's really cool. So, okay, let's hit up an unpack link here. Oh, we got an NFT Hive unpack link. All right, can do that.
He's also on Twitch too. If you want to talk to him, he's also there.
Ah.
Crackneck Nork says, "Sweet, my badge showed up now." I don't think they actually did anything. They might have, but it could be just a case of you trying again later and IT, you know. But I'm glad you got it. And of course, Monster's Vision is on Twitter. Check him out if you want to learn more and keep up with the collection. Check out all the links. Same thing with everybody else.
I'm very happy to have been coming here today.
Well, I'm happy too. I'm happy for everybody to come in here today. It's great. Here, my link is still loading, but whenever it gets there... Oh, no, actually, I got to log in. Let's try that. And we're just going to hang out still for about 10 more minutes. The bounty blocks end soon, so last call to get in it. How many points would one have if they got the max so far? I don't know the answer to that so far. I know there's 100 points total, but a lot of the links I still have and aren't out and about. So I don't actually know how many are out and about. Basically, every sponsor got one. And that's it so far. So whatever all the sponsors have. But I'm not sure that all of them worked and stuff like that. So it's like, yeah. Oh, no problem, Monster Vision. I'll see you in Twitch. No problem. Thank you for showing what you did. That's great. I really love your vision and what you got going on. That's awesome. And good luck on your show. You're going to go perform, so good luck on your show. And if you manage to find a way to stream it, send us a link and we'll check it out. Otherwise, perform your heart out. Absolutely. All right, here we go. Unpack. We're gonna rip this bad boy open.
Mm.
Unpack. What are we getting?
Dun-dun-dun.
And let's. Well, now it's too late to. Let's put it all on the on some giveaways. Or no, Banks TV. Did you want to do something with these NFTs? What did you want to do with these? Or you're gonna put them in the spin wheel, right? Yeah, there's points hidden all over the place. Yeah, and like I don't know, I didn't have time to check all the booths, so I don't know for sure that they're all there. And okay, so we're gonna send these prizes to the Spin to Win account. No, okay, cool beans. They're gonna be regifted later. And like there's some slide trouble too. Like if you're having trouble loading, then your slides are having trouble loading to see the things. Look at this art. Look at that.
Nice.
Cool. So we got some real life artists up in here. Ooh, that government was mean. All right. Wow, that's a lot of them too. That's a lot in this pack. Look at that. It's still rolling. Look at all these trinkets. That is a heck of a pack.
Yo,
Thanks.
that's dope.
Thanks, Binks TV, for buying that pack. And now you're going to give them all away on Binks spin wheels. That's great. Is that all of them? All right. Look at all these. Did a
still
great
rolling.
job on all these. Look at the artwork of them. And like you said, they're representing real people, which I think is cool. These aren't just made up people. These are real artists.
Mm-hmm.
That's beautiful. Hologram QM. Oh, yeah, and their animations. What do you guys think of that? Isn't that cool?
Yeah.
That's awesome. Here we have Rozkaz, Richie Flo. Do you guys have you guys heard of any of these before? I'm not too much in the scene to know, but
Some of them,
E-Turn. Okay.
they're good.
That is a cool one right there. It shows everybody on it.
Mm-hmm.
That looks cool. Air Max. All right, this is awesome. What a great hour. What a great day. We learned all sorts of things about different projects. We hung out with the Wax fam. Oh, Monster Vision's in chat. Richie Flo is a badass magician as well. Look him up. Oh, just FYI. You don't have audio in inverse? Oh, yeah, I do. It'd be odd if I didn't. Let's bring that back up. Boom. Oh, now we got some items. Oh, there we go. Like the microphone, the quill and parchment, turntable. Boy, this pack just has everything in it. Billy Sign. Oh. Bobby Fischer. That's cool hair right there. E-Turn. Kasim Guillotine. Yeah, you could, if you're a hip hop head, you could discover some artists this way too. Look at some of these NFTs and go check some of them out. Wow. Grow in the dark hash plant monster cap pin. Cool. Awesome. Well, that was a crap load of NFTs in that pack. That was a good pack. Thank you, Binks, for buying that. And I'm going to send that to the Spin to Win, so they will be popping into other wallets in the future. That's awesome. Viral merch mint. That is awesome. Thank you very much.
This one's really cool.
Mm-hmm. All right. Thank you very much for the presentation and going through all that. That was awesome. And good luck, Monster Vision, on what you got coming here in the next hour, your performance. Again, if you can figure out a link, then send it to us. Otherwise, no worries. No worries. Just have fun. Anybody else? You got anything left to ask before he's leaving, or anything else? We need to do a winner here. Let me do that right quick.
Actually, yes, I do have a question for Musta, but I don't know if he heard me. I do have a friend who don't know how to rap, and he is an MC, but not on the scene. Is there a way like we can connect those people to you and make them coming into the scene?
So like new and upcoming
Yeah.
artists, and can they come to Monster Vision for some guidance to kind of work on their
Mhm.
craft and get better? Is that what you're meaning?
Yeah, but I just seen his sensor. If I'm not wrong, he said he can.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's saying, I will, I can. Yeah.
That's dope. Perfect.
Especially if they're not into wax, like tell them they don't need to, like same thing for SkateCoin with skateboarders. You don't have to tell them the ins and outs of NFTs. You can talk about the content and how it can help them. And then once they're in here and checking it out, maybe then they can learn about the NFTs. I think that's great. Incorporating some real world, real life stuff into everything. It's awesome.
All right.
Our winner of a common pin from the bounty block that ended is XHOQY.wham. That would be Frazzle Dazzle, the online in. There you go, Fraz. You got yourself a common pin. You
Congrats.
can keep that for yourself, or you can regift if you want, because we know you're a regifter. Everybody follow the online in. Frazzle Dazzle! All right, so our next stop is the party room. It's just going to be a final hour hangout. I'm going to roll some grubfish there. I know people that watch my stream, they've been waiting for it. They've been hitting those exclamation mark plays like, where's the grubs, man? Where's the grubs? So we'll do a few and just dance it up. Maybe count up your ticks on the dance emoji. Work your way up. Maybe you'll get a dance a dancer badge later if you really do a whole bunch of it. So I'm going to head over there. We're probably teleport to the party room. Thank everybody for being here. This was great. Let's cap off the night with a fun time and do it all again tomorrow.